everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we're going to be talking about the ship editor, something you must know or otherwise you might not be able to get off this island. Okay, here we have the ship editor that every person will see the first time they come into the port. Here we have 4 different kinds of ships, with the one we're going to start with is the slope. First of all, we see the stats and also how cheap it is. This is a starter boat for most players, and as you can see, it's very small and nimble with not a lot of stuff on it. As you can see, the small and raft without nothing is free for every new player to use. I recommend using it for more grinding because it's very small and not a lot of people will use you for XP and nobody wants to kill you. Anyways, next we have the slope. This is technically the mid-range fighter because it has okay base speed, okay wind speed, maneuverability, and not that much health. So it's technically a mid. But this is also very useful for being right in the middle of a fight with not that bad and not that good skills. And also this one has not 1, but actually 3 weapon slots that you can use. And now let's do the next one. Now we have the runner. The runner is technically one of the best ships by my opinion because it's not only fast, it's very maneuverable and easy to use in combat PvP. Anyways, I was talking about how this one is the runner. It's very good at speed and maneuverability, coming from its name, the runner, that gives it a more of a tone of being fast and maneuverable. And how you can see that it is. Not only its stats are good, but also its fire rate as well, because not only is it good at fighting, and it's very good at getting away from enemies. Okay, now we have the biggest ship in the game, the Galliard. Although I think it's not the best ship to use since it's very big and makes it very, very slow, this is technically the juggernaut of this whole entire game since it has almost full health. And also, it doesn't have 1, not 3, not even 5, but 8 different weapon slots. That is a lot for one ship. And you can use or cannon or grappling hook. We're going to talk about that later. Okay, after this, let's talk about what do we do with the stats. Look, there's so many different stats. What are we going to do about this? Okay, here is the easiest and simplest way to understand. Any ship, different size and different momentum, has different stats. And whatever you do when you customize this, it will change the stats. So look, you see the Gargach one. It has not that base of speed, maneuverability, or even that much, extra speed. It's not as good as it should be. As the raft, let's talk about the different types of masts. This can be very important if you want to go slow or fast because both of them have different roles. So side facing is much more used for all around, so you can use the speed from any direction, but it doesn't have that much of a boost as the other one does. Okay, as you see, I even use it because usually most professionals use it in every boat, but it's up to you. I can't really make the decision for you. But okay, next. As you can see that there's 2 of them. The other one is going to be the front facing. Although it has a very big boost, the only minus is that it says it's not going to be as maneuverable as the other one. This is the only thing that I don't like, because as you can see, look, we put this, we see that the max boost speed doesn't really go that high up, but it's still pretty good, only for some occasions. Anyways, you see that it may boost faster, but doesn't mean it's better because it doesn't allow you to get the speed at any direction when the wind changes, and it changes a lot. So I recommend using this one, the side-facing one. Okay, next we have sails. The sails are going to be important for different types of reasons. So we have the standard sail, we have the speed sail, and we have the light wheel sail. Standard sail is technically the mid-range one. It is not that bad, not that good, but it's still sometimes used for most ships. But we have the speed sail. The speed sail, as you can see, boosts the wind boost. This is very useful when you're using the side facing ones because it boosts your speed. It doesn't matter how much maneuverability you have because you can always turn faster with some glitches. And the next one we have is lightweight sails. It makes you have much more maneuverability, but it makes you have absolutely no boost speed, which is not that good for a deal. That's why not a lot of people really use it. Okay, speedy sails is usually my main motto, but it's up to you again. Okay, next we have the hull. The hull is going to be technically the big part of the ship, like the whole entire outline, the wood that makes the ship, all that. You see that? Yeah, all that. And so you have 3 different types. You have standard, you have reinforced, which is technically making it like juggernauty, but it doesn't make it that strong. But it gives some health, so you can like resist some more shots than usual. But the only problem is base speed. It makes it extremely, extremely slow. Okay, as you can see, it makes it much slower than it has to be just to get some health. That's why I recommend maneuverability over power. This is the lightweight sail. This is the hull for the lightweight. As you can see, it makes a huge boost on base speed. This is very useful for like speed-based things since it makes your boat go faster even when the wind is not there, which is very useful. Okay, next we're going to talk about these thingies. People might be asking, what are these? So there are different kinds of weapons. Take example for the cannon. The cannon has a speed penalty of 5%. That means the speed bar goes down by 5%. See that? That's what I'm talking about. It goes down. And also there is the grappling hook. As you can see, the grappling hook only takes 2%, but it still takes some speed away, and it only takes base speed. It doesn't touch anything else. So usually, like, both of them don't do much to lower your stats, but still you gotta keep in mind when you have a super slow boat, you gotta remember just to make it a bit more speedier so it doesn't move as a slug. Okay, now let's talk about how these grappling hooks and cannons work. Why do you need them? So grappling hooks are made to like used for other things, while these cannons, they're more used to destroy ships. Because the more cannons you have, the bigger penalty you have. You can see when I just started, it's already down to a 12 penalty. And it always shifts you back a little when you want to do a loadout, and it shows you on this little roster 3D where it is. But anyways, this is something you have to choose because of what you want to do. Because on my ship, I usually have a clean balance. Okay, next we have sails and main colors. Not much that new players need to worry about because you're not going to get anything yet. Yes, you can see it changes the colors of the sails or the main colors of the ship. It doesn't really matter to new players, but it still is cool to know that it's there. Because when you unlock something or buy something, it's quite literally very useful. Okay, next we have names. Here, your ship's name. You can type down or you can make a random generator. That's for clear, that's for random generator, and that's for confirm. Okay, now let's get on to something else. Since we finished with all this, let's get to scrap your ship. This is a little area where you can recycle your ship for money. So it just destroys your ship, and remember, you can't get it back unless you like buy another boat. And here it shows how much money you get by scrapping your ship. Now, as you can see, you can use that to get your ship back, even though it's at a lower price than you bought it. So not all money back, but at least it's more than enough. Okay, next we have to talk about this, a very important part of the game. This is Davy Jones' locker, and that's Davy Jones. So here, currently I have nothing, but you will get your ships after it gets destroyed or sunken or lost at sea. You're going to have to click buy, and you're going to get it, and it's going to be in your inventory with a bottle over here, and you can throw it out and use it again. Whatever. After this, we should talk about these cannons and also the grappling hooks. So these are going to be the main attractions for every person that wants to play this game. So let's get up here and let's show you the cannons. So this is how a loaded cannon looks, and let me shoot it. Okay, this is how you're going to see your cannon with absolutely nothing inside. Okay, don't freak out, it's normal, and all you have to do is click the button, crouch, put in a cannonball, stand up, and shoot. See? That wasn't hard. And also, this is technically a damage dealer to boats, and nothing else can damage them except this. So I recommend having 1 or 2 of these on your boat at all times, because without it, you can't really defend your ship. So just remember, these are very useful, and don't forget to put on your ship. Okay, next we have the grapple, one of the best things for PvP and also to travel island to island. You always need to have at least one of these when you want to attack PvP or just to get around to do grinding, because not only is it easy, all you have to do is pull this back. Oh, there we go. And you have to aim where you want to do. So always aim a bit higher because it like drops down. And then grab that little cord of thing and grab it, and you go flying to the area you shot. It's very useful because you can shoot it at high cliffs and you can just get there much faster than walking. And if somebody tries to raid you, you can just use it to destroy it. Now, you can use an axe or a sword or anything and just chop it off and it'll come back. And you can pull it back and do it again. And it's really useful since you can use it almost on any object in the game, including ships for PvP. Now, let's take this for a test drive and show you some things that you need to start sailing. Okay, so there are going to be 3 here and 2 there on the runner. This main one lowers down those things. Let me just put them up so you can see. That is what you're going to get. Now you have to make sure that you grab this thing. Come on, there we go. Grab this thing and pull down. You have to wait for a while for it to go up. As you can see, you can't really see it, but after doing that, you have to pull up the anchor and you'll go forward. So don't forget to do that because it's not going to go as fast as it should. You have to put it all the way down, as I did. Look. So I pulled it all the way down. See how it touches the bottom? That is how it's supposed to look. So it goes at max speed. Okay, amazing. Now look at this. See how those white marks go in the sky? That is the wind direction. You have to keep that in mind if you want to be a very good pirate. So by using this, you pull this huge hamstring to the side. And when you see those things bend, that means the wind is getting much, much deeper in it and you're going to go faster. It's something you need to remember and it will push forward your ship much faster in PvP or if you're trying to escape someone or travel around the map. Okay, next we have to talk about this. But to do it, we have to get on sea. So let me speed this up for you so you can get right to the content. Now I've just teleported through the portal that ends me up in a random location around the corner of the map. As you can see, I'm in the corner of the map. So it's useful to get in far places around the map and also used for many other tactics, but we will talk about that later. Okay, now as you can see, the wind is going in that direction, so always make sure to change it because the wind changes with it. See how it bends? That means you're at max capacity on that one. That's very good. Let's do it to the other one, and boom. There we go. See? Max capacity. Okay, next. Okay, oh no, somebody's shooting at me. Boom. Oh no, it's a fire. What do I do? Oh no, it's so scary. Stop and think. In here, you have a bucket. It's full of water. But what if there were no water in here? Oh no, what are we going to do? Look, on the ship, you have this barrel of water. So you have to fill it up like this. And then you take it and pour it over the fire. And boom, it's gone. Problem solved. Now, look, over here you're going to see your name and over here you're going to see your flag. Flags matter a lot since it sometimes doesn't matter and sometimes does. So people know what you are. So there are a bunch of different ways to show yourself in the world with using flags. But I'm not going to get into that because it's going to take much longer and I'll do it in another video. So keep yourself subscribed for that. And also, as the ship goes, I want to tell you that this whole thing is climbable. All the ropes on top are climbable to the tippity top. This is very useful if you want to scout things on top or when you have more than one person. You can see all around it. And also you can see this wind strafes much better. See over there? It's an island. Go in your box and you will find a telescope And usually in the daytime, you can search around for islands or tell your team if there's any players incoming. Quite literally one of the most useless features, but still is very fun to do. Well, okay, as you can see, we have a huge skyline, and this is the beauty of Sail VR. Okay, let's get down here. Okay, what else do we have to talk about, really? The only thing I have to talk about is, like, this thing goes left to turn, and try to always pull it to the max to turn the fastest. And for the anchor, you can put it half down to slow down, or you can pull it all the way up to go max speed. Well, I guess this will be it for this video. If you have any questions or other kinds of ideas, what should I do? Just text me out, and now, bye-bye. As always, like and subscribe to see more content. And don't forget to turn notifications to see if I post anything new.